Pyle, you had better be subscribed to that Budget Travel Guy channel. Clarksville, Tennessee. Let's go see what we can find. Nice day, nice downtown. I didn't even notice that because I was looking at how short he was, which is true. But you're right, there is a lot of detail in that. Now, while Frank Sutton played a Marine on television, he was actually in the Army, where he received a Silver Star and a Purple Heart. He had tried to get into the Marines, but he couldn't because he was colorblind, which is why he ended up in the Army. Thanks for the memories, Bud. You were a big part of my childhood.
Y'all too young to remember him, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Was my childhood, man, because they played that after school every day. From Clarksville and buried in Clarksville. Actually kind of neat. You know, vinyl records are making a comeback among the younger generation, which now has caught on to this, and it's kind of become the in thing for them the last couple of years. So they're having to learn how to care for these.
Check out that statue of a little kid sitting up there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I did not even notice that.
Fountain in it?
I'm not sure.
Reserved for electric vehicles only. Violators will be fined $30. Now, do you have something to do with the cemetery here? Or
No,
just
my grandfather was superintendent here from 1922 to 72.
Really?
Yeah, he got down World War I. He started the superintendent at Centennial Park in Nashville.
Yeah.
I ran around here. This is our playground when I was a kid.
Yeah, that would be all right. That Confederate thing in the front there is amazing. Well, simple and nondescript. Down in the corner. This is what does it for me anyway, is meeting the people like that guy. There's somebody you stop and talk to for 15 seconds and it turns into what, almost an hour? And you get all this history of stuff that we didn't know, looking out on the way out the front, being hit by lightning, and what's happened to these trees over the years. Oh, I can see what this guy was talking about. Where the light's not
Probably
here.
that section of it exploded off by light.
And maybe that's where the sword went. But see?
Well, see, there's part of it on his boot, and you can see on the
handle
there that it's been broke off. But yeah, there's the.
But you can see that, and that was, I'd have never thought about that if I had even noticed that. But I surely wouldn't have thought that that was because of a lightning strike. I'll tell you what I would not have guessed too. This is the advantage of talking to people. I would not have guessed this thing was as old as it was.
No.
He's saying this thing was put here in the 1880s or 1890s. Man, this thing has very little wear. You can tell it on the figures a little bit, but there's very little wear on the rest of this thing. $7,500 at that time. That would have to equate.
Oh yeah, that polished marble.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Man, I'm just digging on this statue. And you're probably sitting there going, he's an idiot. But I'm telling you, I've been in national cemeteries. A huge one down there right between Arkansas, on the far end of Arkansas. Places that do not have anything like this. I mean, not this elaborate. And to think about this being put in a little, well, it's a big cemetery, but a private cemetery a private cemetery here in Tennessee. Just a town cemetery. Whoever raised and spent the money for this, it is very cool. Because this is Tennessee, by God, and we're proud even though we lost.
We didn't lose. We just forfeited the win.
That's the attitude. Didn't lose, just forfeited the win. I can't say we, man. I'm not a Tennessean.
Ones like this always creep me out. I think she just blinked. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
You can have that.
But it's like, who is coming by 100+ years later? Okay, boys and girls, while we're out running from cemetery to cemetery in this little itty bitty church country cemetery, we have Mr. Mel Tillis.
I wonder what that symbol is.
Looks like Mel was a veteran, and I'm not sure what that little symbol is in the center. I'm going to have to look that up, or if you guys know, put that down in the description for me. So I'm not sure what that little symbol between the dates stands for. Just normal guy, normal stone, normal little cemetery. So I don't know if he was just from this little community. There's a few more Tillises buried near him. Maybe that was his church when he was growing up. Rest in peace, Mel. You gave us some good laughs when we were young.
Taught you how to handle bullies.
Taught you how to handle bullies. Everybody was just a normal Joe once upon a time before they got famous. And I understand that, because I was just a normal bloke before this YouTube fame from my 27 viewers was thrust upon me. And like myself or Mel or anyone else that has fame thrust upon them, we carry the weight. It's not a burden we chose to bear, but it's one we will bear. Yeah, that is odd beside him. I'm going to look that up. Maybe his... I don't know why that would be so close if it wasn't his wife.